We just wanted to welcome everyone to our fourth episode of the UPF series, What's Your Cup of Tea, where we talk about trending topics with you. And again, I am Ellie Zumi from representing UPF International.
And I'm Melanie Komagata, representing UPF Europe and the Middle East. And today we actually have, as I said before, but for those who just joined us now as well, we decided to tackle the topic of art and culture in relation to peace. And a bit different from the previous live streamings, we're going to split this one into 4 categories. So we're going to tackle music, visual art, dance, and cultural performances. And we have speakers for each categories. First of all, we'll have David Eaton as our special guest, followed by Chanic Kim, Cherylie Bruffaerts, Julia Wang, Nana Whyte, and Shinju Boro. So we're really excited to hear from them. Yay!
They're all great. You guys won't be disappointed.
Mr. Eaton has actually been working as a professional composer, arranger, conductor, and producer in New York since 1985. And he has also conducted orchestras in Europe, Asia, Canada, Russia, Israel, Central and America and South America. That's really amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing career. And we're really honored actually to have him on because that's really, I think, as a young person, it's going to be really enriching to hear from someone who has such great experience and such a big background. So thank you so much for for having us.
Well, everybody. I told Melanie before, world peace is easy. Instagram is hard.
Mentioning that. I was just saying that.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. It's really,
my
really
pleasure.
Nice.
My pleasure. And so I'm grateful for the opportunity to share a few minutes with everybody, and especially about this new initiative, the International Artists Association for Culture and Peace. And those of us who are artists, obviously, have an important role to play in this process. And when we think about the beauty, truth, and goodness paradigm, beauty is 1/3 of the equation, right? So beauty, whether it's in nature or in art, is a big deal, right? In the process of creating a culture of peace. And I just finished writing a book, which will be available in about a month. And one of the key topics or issues that I write about is, what is the role of the artist, whether you're a musician or a dancer or a poet or a painter? What is the role of the artist in helping to create a culture of peace in the community in which you live and work? And beauty, of course, has this, beauty is, we are all attracted to beauty, right? Everyone loves a beautiful sunset or the beautiful mountains, or a beautiful painting or beautiful music. And beauty has the ability to transcend barriers, right? Religious barriers, ethnic barriers, cultural barriers, political barriers. That's the power of art, or beauty in general, and art in particular. And both of our founders, Dr. Sun Myung Moon and Dr. Hak Ja-han Moon, in their autobiographies mention this. They say that it's not politics that will change the world, but it is art and culture that can change the world. Because when people are inspired by art and beauty, our consciousness is changed a bit, and we think new things, new thoughts, and we become open to new thoughts, right? So then, once we have this kind of transcended experience with beauty, we can begin to imagine new ideas, new thoughts, new processes by which maybe we can change the world. And this is not a new concept, by the way. Confucius in China talked about this. The Greeks, like Aristotle and Plato and Socrates, talked about this. The early Christian philosophers, like St. Augustine and Boethius, they talked about this. So it's not a new concept, but they all understood that art has a certain moral power. So the question for the artist is, how do we use that power? Right? Right? So, and it doesn't matter, say in music, I'm in music, and I've done all sorts of music. I've done classical music, I've worked with jazz artists, I've actually done hip hop stuff with hip hop artists.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I
so
didn't expect that.
yeah, I can send you a video or two later about some of the stuff I've done. So but it's not really so much about the genre or the style, right? But it's, Dr. Moon always talked about, what is your motivation? What is your intention for creating? Why do you create? What is your purpose? Do you do it for something bigger than yourself or not, right? So that's the, what we call, that's the goodness aspect of the truth, beauty, and goodness equation. Goodness deals with morality, like being good people. So again, so it's not so much really about the style or genre, but what we're actually trying to accomplish through our art. And Ellie asked me to share an experience or two about what I've done. And between 2003 and 2012, I went to Israel about 12 times to produce concerts and perform. And this was part of the Middle East Peace Initiative, where we were trying to create harmonious relationships between Christians, Muslims, and Jews, right? And we met many artists, performers from all the faiths, and they were all working together. It was really amazing to see dance companies that had Christians, Muslims, and Jews, or orchestras or choirs. So the artists over there were already working together. And so I was able to work with several of them and create music with them. And I did a CD with a very famous Israeli artist there. We collaborated. But it was interesting because it's the politicians who are causing all the problems, not the artists. The artists are actually working together quite a bit, because through art and beauty, they find ways to share. And also, so I've done quite a bit in this realm, and my experiences in Israel were very profound and meaningful, and I've developed relationships with Christian and Muslim artists. There's a famous Muslim he's a beatboxer. I don't know if you know, beatboxing is vocal percussion. Kenny Mohammed, right? Kenny is one of Kenny is one of the top beatboxers in the world. He's Muslim, but I've written music for him, and he's performed with the New York City Symphony several times, and he even performed in Korea for one of our events. So, so music is the thing that we find common ground on, right? So through finding a common ground through an artistic project, then we're not thinking about politics or religious differences. We're just working towards a common cause together. And that's part of the power, I think, of art and culture, because it can help us get beyond the things that might normally keep us apart. So this is a big part of the work I've been doing over the years. Like I said, I've worked with jazz artists and gospel artists in Europe, Asia, all over. But I've never met anyone who doesn't like music. Have you?
No, I haven't.
Everyone loves music because everyone loves beauty. The desire to experience beauty is an innate, primal human instinct. We never get tired of it, right? We never get tired of a good singer. We always want to hear if there's a favorite song, we want to hear it over and over again. That's part of our original mind, I think, that seeks beauty. So again, this idea of the moral aspect of art and how we can use our art and culture to advance the cause of peace in our own communities. Like we talk about world peace, but how about we just work on peace in our family and our community, it's more manageable.
Yeah. Mr. Eaton, thank you so much for your intakes. Thank you so much for your insight. It's so interesting to see the background of people that you've worked with and to hear about your work in Israel. I think for the interreligious work, especially because that's one of the themes that UPF really works for. If we could just ask you one last thing because we are running on time. Do you have any words of encouragement to the young artists, young dancers, young musicians, anyone out there? who is pursuing this path? Because
Well,
sometimes it can be very difficult and sometimes quite lonely too. So do you have any words of encouragement or?
well, I would just say that it's always good to strive or to challenge your own limitations to become better. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that because if you can get to a high level in whatever you're doing, poetry
Mm-hmm.
or painting, whatever, again, quality is what really attracts people, right? That if it's well done, people won't care so much about your personal life or something like that. But so I would
Mm-hmm.
say keep focused on your intention and then also improve your craft. So it's an internal and external thing, right? Intention and motivation is internal, developing your craft is external, but you need both, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. All
That's so
right. So,
inspiring. Thank you so very much. I really feel so much hope out of your words. It's
Thank
really
you.
inspiring also to see all that you've done for peace through music. And I
Mhm.
really hope that other people who are on our audience can also feel inspired to do the same in their own way, in their family and community. And just before you leave us, I want to just read out a comment. Someone said that they really want to listen to your hip hop work. So I
Okay,
hope we can
I'll
share
send
that.
I'll send the links, okay?
yes,
Great.
For sure.
he'll send it to us and then we will send it to you, Cup Plant
Yep.
28. Kapil. We'll
Okay.
send it to you later. All right. So, thank you so much for joining us again,
Thank
Mr. Eaton.
you.
We
Thank
look
you.
forward to working with you more in the future. And
Yes.
Mr. Eaton actually installed Instagram just for us people. So we are so grateful.
So there's hope in the
Thank
world, you
you.
know.
Yeah. All right. We'd like to invite right away our next guest, Chanic Kim. Um, he is a passionate musician. He's been playing guitar and violin for a while. And yeah, he actually manages the public page, but we will let him introduce himself.
Right, that was
Welcome,
really
welcome,
hello.
welcome.
Hi,
If
so a little about myself. My name is Chanic. I'm a 19-year-old college student living in California. Um, yeah,
Thank
that
you so much for
was,
waking up. It's
yeah, no
so early
problem.
there. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah,
Welcome.
so that was super inspiring by Mr. Eaton there. So about my background, I started playing violin a couple, maybe like 7 years ago, in
Oh.
middle school, and I've been trying to continue that since. I don't know if I progressed a lot, but it's definitely, yeah, it's something that I'm proud of, a skill that I have that I'm proud of. See, I also picked up guitar a few months ago. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoy playing that too. Um, Yes, again, that was really inspiring about the power of music. Um, yeah, I guess as a musician myself, or it doesn't really take a musician to appreciate the power of music.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I agree.
yeah, I remember um, I'm a pre-med student, so I like to connect, or I see a lot of the nature aspects and a lot of human things. So Um, connecting music with, I guess, the brain. Researchers found out that the temporal lobe um, is its function is both in hearing and in memory. So they realized that music can recover some memories lost in dementia patients or Alzheimer's patients. So I thought that was really cool. Um,
Right. So
yeah, and
that's why
also,
music is a means of therapy.
yeah,
That's
they
why
use it a lot
we,
now. It's pretty new.
right.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, and also, I guess another power of music. It's one of the few languages that don't really have words, but it is understood, I think, universally throughout the world. It's just almost like pure expression of emotion, and yes, I think I appreciate that a lot. I don't know if I'm
Yeah.
taking up too much time, but yeah,
No,
thank
no,
you
no.
for.
I I I just wanted to ask really quick, was it you that wanted to do violin or was it your parents? Because I used to do
Um,
violin too. I played for five
yeah,
years,
I think.
but I didn't continue. I continued more to other string instruments, but
Um,
I'm curious.
yeah, uh, I think it was more of my choice. I think I just thought when I went into middle school, I thought I had the options. So I thought I might as well learn it. Um, yeah, I never took any like private lessons. I wouldn't consider myself like good in any way. I just know how to play it, but it's fun, and yeah, like I said, I'm pretty proud to know how to play an instrument like that.
Yeah, it
Yep.
it produces such a beautiful sound.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. And hello, Kitty. I
Hello,
think your
this
cat is
is.
appreciating music too.
So
Yeah.
cute.
All right.
All
So,
right. Thank you so much.
Thank
thank you.
you.
Thank you so
Hmm.
much for joining us, and thank you so much for waking up at such an early
Yeah, no
time.
problem.
Yes.
Everyone, please check out his page. And thank you again, Chanic,
All
for
right.
joining
Thank
us today.
you. All
Thanks
right.
a
Have a
lot.
good
Bye
rest of your
Bye.
stream.
And our guest now is Cherylie Bruffaerts, and you're free to come in anytime, request, or I'll invite you otherwise if it's not working. But she's
bye.
from Belgium, and she does art, but also is currently learning about education. But I'll let her tell more because I just got a request now.
Yeah, and I saw just one comment that it's it I think he's commenting that the speaker's time is too short. We just want to remind you that we have an array of speakers, and we also have like a time limit or time goal of around under 1 hour. So if you have any speakers that you want us to invite again, please let us know directly, and we can make that happen. So thank you so much, Cherylie,
Thank
for
you,
joining us all the way from
Cherylie.
Belgium. Yeah.
If you want to
So,
introduce yourself shortly, you're free to do so now.
Yeah, sure. So, hello everyone. My name is Cherylie Bruffaerts from Belgium, and yeah, I I always enjoyed art a lot. Um, I've like been painting and been doing like art stuff since I'm young. Um, I liked it so much that I decided to go and study it. Um, because yeah, like in high school, for example, it was always like the thing that I looked forward to the most. I also like joined a painting club since I'm young. What always like yeah brought me a lot of joy and a lot of like internal peace. Um, so yeah, then I decided to study fine art, like in my bachelor's. And then since last year, I'm training to be an art teacher or to work in like a cultural educational field. Um, yeah, because like I always felt like for myself that my art teachers really like meant a lot to me and really
aw.
motivated me a lot. And I felt like also a lot in school systems it's not such an appreciated subject, or it's a bit like
Mm,
pushed in the background, and I always found that that was really a pity.
mm,
So I also felt like yeah, I would like to help bring it more on the foreground. and give kids access to art.
That's great. Yeah,
That's really
inspiring.
inspiring.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
We wanted to ask actually, as an artist, do you use art as a means to express yourself, your feelings, and your opinion, or is it more of a hobby? I guess you kind of said it was both earlier, but when, I guess, when does it bring peace or inner peace to you, or peace towards your relationship with others, or how do you see it as a means of bringing peace to the world, especially because you want it to be more of a mainstream topic in schools. Why do you think you want to do that, or why do you want to do that?
Yeah. So
Sorry, so many questions, but just really curious.
so I think the first one was like how for me it brought peace, right? Or
Uh-huh.
I think it can bring people peace.
Yeah.
Um, or and about with the hobby. Yeah. So I think in high school and so on, it definitely was more of a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it really brought me peace that it always was a bit like this thing I went to when I needed like to be by myself, or when like it
Mm-hmm.
really helped me to calm down. Or also like in art you can basically use like a white canvas or something to express whatever you want. So also maybe sometimes when I was like a pissed teenager or something, like I could let it out in my work instead of like somewhere else. So I think it is like a good way to express what you're feeling, what you also like. I really like making like art as a present for people, because I think then like you can also express, I don't know, it's like a nice gesture to
Mm-hmm.
express something to others. Um, and then wait, the other questions
Um,
where
so you mentioned how you wanted to make art more of a mainstream topic or like a subject in schools, right? And I guess you want to do that because you feel its importance. So, um, like relating to that, if do you think that if more people did art, would it bring more harmony, or would it bring, I don't know, more peace to people around, in their relationships or within themselves?
hmm yeah. So exactly. I really think like art is something that, I don't know, for me, like it is as necessary for kids, for example, as sports, because I just see it as like a different aspect of people's character. Also, like with your brain, you also have a creative, emotional side. So I almost find like it doesn't make sense to not also invest in that aspect of
Mhm.
development and of like human nature. So especially like for young kids, I think through paintings, through drawing and so on, it can also help them express themselves.
Mhm.
Um, and I think that can bring peace inside, like if kids feel that they can also develop that side of themselves. Like for example, for me in high school, I also struggled a bit that it was so much put in the background. So I had to find like my own initiatives, like a painting club in the weekends, to
Mhm.
get like access to that. So I guess that's a bit what I meant, like that I would like to um help make more accessible. Like nowadays, for example, there like one of my internships is that I teach in a primary school, but it's like a co-teaching between a teacher from the art academy and like the regular primary school teacher. And then together they look for ways how artistic methods can be used to help teach certain subjects,
Mhm.
but also how you can bring in more culture into classrooms and so on. And
Mhm.
initiative like that I would really love to be part of.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's so interesting about using art as a means to teach other subjects. I think I really, if that's instaured in like schools, I really want to go back.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna join your classes, Cherylie, in the future.
Come.
Yeah,
Actually,
I just
oh,
want, go
you
ahead.
also want to ask a question?
No, I just wanted to bring attention a little bit to her paintings in the back.
That's exactly what I wanted to ask, is if we can see them.
Great minds think alike.
Okay, I don't exactly know how to do this. Maybe I just move my camera. Yeah, I love to like paint on stuff, so I painted my door.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
And then yeah, this is just from, man, how do you do this? From like in high school, I just painted a lot of, wait, I have like a postcard here. This is like a painting I made.
That's so pretty.
Wow.
Or yeah, I love to decorate things like flower pots and so on.
I wish I could do that. I can't paint for my life.
Your
I can't
family is so lucky to have you. I'm sure you can decorate the whole house. My house is so boring. It's like only white walls and like nothing artistic on it. But it makes me want to develop actually that side, because I've never been into art, more into like music and dance. So actually, Cherylie, you really inspired me to do that. So maybe I'll send you one of my drawings in a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Cherylie, again
Thank you
for joining us.
Yeah.
You were so inspiring. Thank you so much. I hope some of our artist, painter, audience members were inspired by you. And we'll contact you in the future, maybe. Okay?
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
Oh, the X.
Great. So we're now done with the visual art category, and we're going on with the dance. And we have Julia Wang, who's going to join us. She's a ballerina, and she also did actually Chinese traditional dance. So I'm really excited to hear from her. I hope she can request to join. And yeah, maybe while we wait, Ellie, do you want to share something? Because I know you're a dancer, so maybe you could have something to say about that.
Yeah, I have always loved dancing. I dabbled with different categories and different genres of dance. I think when I was young, I was more into hip hop. You know, that was a trend those days. So that, and then I transitioned into K-pop dancing. I was like this ultimate K-pop fan for a good number of years during my teenage years, and then I was a ballroom dancer. So yeah, I think it's the only time when my mind and body were able to become one and really concentrate on whatever it was. So anyway, hello.
Hi, Julia.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us. So nice. You wore your traditional Chinese dance clothes, right?
Yes.
It's so pretty.
Oh.
Thank you for joining us. If you could just shortly introduce yourself for our audience.
Of course. Hi everyone. My name is Julia. I'm from Vienna, Austria. I was born here, but my cultural background is Chinese. I've been starting to dance when I was 4 or 5 years old. 4 years old. Yeah, I wasn't one of the girls who thought of starting to dance ballet with the dream of wanting to become a prima ballerina. So actually, my mom told me to go dancing. But soon after my first class, actually, I discovered that I really like it, and also I was very grateful because my teachers always supported me a lot and encouraged me. Yeah, so after a few years, I started also with Chinese traditional dance after ballet. And then, I started to go to the Vienna State Opera Ballet School for my education, professional education. And later on, I switched to my university, the Music and Arts Private University in Vienna. what I finished my bachelor's in contemporary dance and ballet. Yes, that was pretty much of my story journey.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for
inspiring.
joining us.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah.
As you know, we prepared some questions for you. So I'll read out the first one. It's, what are you able to express and feel through dance? Does it allow you to feel, create peace and harmony?
That's a very great question. What I feel during dance, it's somehow difficult to explain because I feel like it's something very internal also. Yeah, like expressing through dance, I think there are many ways to express on what you want to say to the audience, depending also on which kind of style, what kind of dance you do. There are also possibilities, for, especially in contemporary dance, that you use voice and speech, and yeah, but mainly in dance, of course, you use your movements, your body to show the story or show what you an expression, right? Whatever. Yeah, when I am on stage and perform, the first thing that I can think of is it's joy. The emotion I feel most is joy. It's because as an artist, there's a saying that you perform on stage for maybe a few seconds, but backstage you have like ages to prepare. And waiting for that moment to be on stage, you prepare everything for that moment, and then finally if you're on stage, you just try to express everything that you've learned. And yeah, when I'm on stage, I just feel it's a feeling that you can't really describe or compare to many other things. Yeah, just being fully aware of where you are at the moment and trying to embrace this moment, I would say.
It's true, we don't really realize all the investment there is behind a whole performance, and sometimes it's like not just like days, but it's like weeks, months, and sometimes even years. So that's really inspiring. Thank you, Julia.
It's almost like preparing for an exam. Like it's like the moment you're on stage is very precious. But then behind this,
I don't know if when I take an exam, I think that taking the exam is precious. But it's true, the investment is enormous. Yes.
Yes. And as a fellow dancer, I really understand how much devotion, how much investment is put into just to perform for an audience. And I think also when you're performing, not only are you performing for just yourself or just for your members, your dance troupe members, but you're also thinking like, how can I express this in a way so that the audience will enjoy it? How can I do it in a way so that my audience can feel, loved, or they can feel entertained, how they can feel awed. There's so many things that are going through a dancer's mind that that people don't realize. And like you said, so many hours, years went into just performing for 3 minutes, 5 minutes maybe. So thank you so much. And you kind of touched upon it, our second question. But for you, dance performances, how do they relay messages of peace to your audience? Or just to bring about the awareness of peace and harmony?
I'd say at first, very important is that you are at peace within yourself. Like you have to be very sure about your movements. You need to be aware of your body in space, or in general your movements, your choreography, the music cues and everything. So I think like the saying, peace starts with me. Also, I think in dance, like you have to be aware first within yourself, and you need to have harmony within yourself. to convey to the audience.
Right.
And then you need to be very you need to be clear what story you want to tell, because if you're not clear, how are you going to express it to the audience? You want the audience to see your story or to feel certain emotions. So you need to be very clear first to convey that. And then I think second, harmony also with your team. Like if you're not solo dancer on stage, even if you're solo dancer on stage, you have music, you have an orchestra, or you have a team. And then it is so important that you harmonize with your team to be on the right spot at the right time, the right people.
Right.
And so there are a lot of things to think ahead. But yeah, for me personally also, I always wanted to join the Little Angels. It's a dance group from Korea. I'm not sure. Yeah, you might know them. It's also from our founder, Sam Yoon.
Audience knows it's a group that's founded by our founders. They're a little they're little angels, but they are a group of young girls from Korea that perform Korean cultural dances and perform.
Yeah. So my dream was always to join the Little Angels dance group. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but my motivation was also always to perform for peace. I think that's so powerful. Like art and culture, like today Eaton also said, and can unite people so much. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Mr. David, he doesn't always has amazing work, but he's also a great person. I met him before in person, and I really appreciate him. And yes, I think it's through arts and culture, dance, and every other arts culture form, you're able to work together with a lot of people, and also with yourself, like become more aware of yourself, your position.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for
Thank
that
you so
insight.
much.
I hope our fellow dancer audience, they were inspired by
That's
this.
for sure. At least
Yes.
I was. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Julia. It's really nice. It's also amazing to see your background, that you didn't only do ballet, but also somehow did something that is your original culture. I mean, that of your parents, at least. I think that's really interesting also. And I would love to ask more questions, because we have actually the section cultural performances after. So I don't really want to spoil that part, but still, if I can just ask one question, how has it been for you to do this dance that somehow is your origin as well? Did it allow you to find your identity somehow, because you grew up in Vienna? Sorry, just a quick question.
Yes, great question. Growing up in Vienna, I did have kind of a bit of how to say, I didn't feel too close to my culture, but through the Chinese dance, classical dance that I did, I really discovered more about my culture, and I feel like also each dance style has his own. It feels differently, and when I dance a traditional Chinese dance or classical dance, I feel very connected to my roots. Yeah. And it's a different way for me to express my feelings.
Thank you so much, Julia.
You're welcome. I'm very happy. Thank you.
Yes, and please send us some of your work. We'd love to. Yes. We'd love to share to our audience.
I'll do that.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Julia.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining.
So we are approaching our last topic, which is cultural performance. We are especially excited to have two guests, Nana and Shinju. They are from different countries in Africa. And yeah, we'll let you guys introduce yourselves.
Hi, hello. So my name is Shinju Boro. I'm from Burkina Faso, but I'm currently living in South Korea.
Yay!
Hi everyone, my name is Nana. I'm from Ghana. I'm also currently living in South Korea. I'm studying business. Yeah.
Wow, good for
Meet
you.
you.
Yeah, so I just wanted to ask, like, is there any, okay, I'm sure there's a lot of different kinds of dances. There's a lot of different kinds of cultural aspects that are displayed in different kinds of dances, but could you give us like a walkthrough? I don't
Something
know, give
new.
us a little taste,
Okay.
give us
I think I
something.
think
Okay,
I
Nana,
would
you can go on.
I think with culture, because we are both from Africa. Africa is quite big, very big,
Right.
and then every country is very diverse from the other.
Yes.
And so there's every country comes up with a song, and then they have like their dance, or they have like something, I don't know.
Yes.
They just call it theirs, and that's how we're able to learn
Yes.
like different countries' dances and stuff like that too. Yeah, every dance has a name. I think you know that basic. They always want to give it a name. So when you mention it, they can proudly say, "Oh, this one is from my country," and stuff
Okay.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shinju, you
Yeah.
want to say something?
Yeah, that's very true. Like Africa is really big, so I would say like even in each country they have different type of dances. You know, we also have like traditional dance and we also have modern dance. And I think these days what people have been saying is like a lot about the modern dance, which is one biggest part of them is mostly Afro dance, which is what everyone have been seeing and kind of enjoying lately. But yeah, basically like that.
Interesting. Do you
Yeah.
guys do you guys want to show us a few
We can show
moves?
you something little, just the music. The problem is the music because
Yeah.
it's gone kind of late, so
Oh,
Yeah, it's
it's not
currently
possible
10,
to
like almost
to play
11
music.
p.m.
So
here, so to play
we're
music is
gonna
a
use
bit.
our mouth,
okay.
right?
Okay.
So
Well, so
excited. Okay. Okay, we're
the
gonna try to
dance,
follow.
Okay, you
We're
guys
gonna
are
yes.
try to
gonna
follow.
join us,
Yeah,
right?
so the name of the dance, it's called coupe. I can see a lot of
Okay.
like my sisters there in the comments, so I think we can all practice it together. It's like really simple. It's like you go from left to right. It's like you have kind of like your hands, like maybe you're on a
A
phone call,
telephone.
yes,
Okay.
telephone, and then you go left to right, left to right, left to right. Yes. That's
Yeah. Okay,
basically
well,
like
the
that.
song would be really good because the song really makes you move your body. So you just
Yeah.
need to go on the beat, like as she
Yes.
said. It's quite simple.
Yes.
Yeah. Can we
Yeah.
all get it? Let's all get it.
Yes. Let's get it all together.
Yeah. I mean, oh my gosh. I have come to appreciate African music over the
Yes.
years,
Mm-hmm.
especially while I was living in Korea. Spoiler
Yeah.
for our audience. We all
Yeah.
studied in the same university, but
Mm-hmm.
it was such a great place where we were able to learn about each other's culture. I really wish
Mm-hmm.
we could play it here and we could do, like a dance session, but
uh,
Yeah.
anyway, we can maybe save that for another time.
Another time, sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I just wanted to ask, either one of you, how does your dance, how does any kind of dance from your country or just any dance from the African continent in general, how does it display or express certain parts of your culture?
And perhaps
Should I
also
go?
like the history of your country or your
Yeah,
region, maybe
or
if
or the
there's such a
history,
thing.
how does it
Okay.
embed? Hmm.
Okay, that's an interesting question because I feel in general I'd say that like Africans are very happy people, and so without dance I personally think you don't really need to go to school to learn it you just express yourself and how you feel in these dances. And you can tell when you see Africans dancing Afrobeat or even cultural dances that they're happy. So I feel what you get when you see these dances is how the people express their joy, and it's different. Every country has a very special way of showing that, and I think that's how you be able to get the difference when we dance. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's really interesting. I never thought of like this feeling of happiness through the dance and the cultural performance, and I guess also the audience also feels the same by seeing this expression of happiness. It's
Yeah, just
inspiring.
like Nana said, yeah. So we mostly, when you see an African dancing, it's always about the facial expression. You know, maybe what the person is doing is really not nice, but you will see just the facial expression that the person is making just gives you, you know, the vibe, and then you're like, oh, it must be nice what the person is doing. But like she said, the truth is most of us didn't go to any proper dance school, so we just learn from YouTube, or you know, something goes viral, then that's how everybody learns about it. And I think, yeah, that's the beauty about it also. Yes.
Interesting.
It's very innate then.
Yeah.
It's like
Well,
naturally
yes,
comes.
kinda. I can say it like that.
Yeah, that's so
This
nice.
is I'm just out of curiosity. Does men and women dance? Do fathers and mothers dance, or is it just usually women? I don't know. Or is there dances specifically just for women or just for men? I'm sure it's different in each of your countries, but please
Yeah.
let us know. I'm curious.
Well, there is not specifically like a dance for women and men. Like anybody can do it. Like if you're old, if you just got the, you know, the skill, the vibe, you just listen to the music, then boom, you just enter it. It's mostly like that. But then of course, you know, when we talk about traditional dances, there are dances in the past that was just, you know, just to show and express, or maybe, you know, transfer a message, then those type of dance, yes. But mostly nowadays it's like just about the vibe, you know, you get the vibe, then you just enter it. Yeah, it's mostly like
I
that.
think so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same for me too. Hey, Ellie, I see you. Yeah. It's the same for me too. I mean, in my country, if there's a party and they put a music on, everybody just stands up. Like the baby, if the baby could walk, the baby would be on her feet and dance. Everybody starts moving because we like loud music that will naturally make your muscles start moving. So yeah, everybody moves to the music. I'd say that, yeah, I'm with Shinju on the fact that traditional dances do have like some that are for males and for females, like the dances that express like feelings during war, and like maybe something to empower women. Those kind of dances, definitely there will be gender separation there. Yeah.
Interesting. That's so interesting. A lot of people are commenting that they love the vibe, that every African can dance, just the vibe to any song.
Every African can move, not every African can dance. I
You
think
know,
every
you can
African
just
can
be
move.
moving, but dancing is
They
different,
can
you
move.
know. You can be moving,
Yeah.
like, yeah, but dancing is, yeah, a bit different.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And lastly,
Oh, yes, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, should I?
Valerie.
Okay.
Yes.
So the last question we prepared was whether you think that cultural performances can be a means to create bridges between nations and also cultures, of course. You think it is?
Okay, I think I'll go first on this one. I think it's a very strong point to join nations and cultures. First of all, with nations, it's even within the same continent of Africa. Like I said earlier, there's so many different cultures, different dances from every country. And when we all come together, let's say we all have a party and we're all having fun together, we get to learn a little bit of our brother or sister's country by learning their dance moves. And thank God for social media these days. We can see so many like dance trends, and I feel like through these mediums, people are able to like join and learn more about the African culture. And so, yeah, I believe that like dance and like even our culture moves, anything in relation to dance can really create a bridge between nations and then our cultures. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Great.
definitely do agree with Nana. So just like she said, we don't obviously know each other because, like we said, Africa is a big continent. Then sometimes you don't know who is this person. But then once the music start playing, you just find yourself dancing with this other person, and then you just see the moves, and then you kind of learn from that person. You're like, oh, okay, they dance like this, they dance like this. So you also get to know
Oh
about the
God, that's
person.
so interesting.
That's not only about, Africa, but also with other continents as well. When you hear any type of music from Latino, you just you also learn from them. When you
Yeah.
hear, yeah, K-pop, you're like, okay, then yeah, Asian people, we should dance like this. So it definitely helps a
Koreans,
lot.
yes,
Yes,
maybe.
Koreans. Yeah, it definitely helps a lot, in terms of learning about other people's culture. And yeah, just how can I say, just ease the atmosphere wherever you are. So yeah, music and dance is really a great way, to share about your culture.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much. That's really inspiring. Actually, I have a question. Do you guys sometimes perform together, although you're from different countries?
Yes, well, because
Okay.
I'm also graduated from Sunmoon University. So actually, when I was still in Sunmoon University, me and Nana, we kind of dance quite a lot together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we even had a group in Sunmoon, if I can remember. Yeah, we had a dance group, African dance group from Sunmoon, and sometimes when there will be, small events, we will go there and perform as well. So yes, and I also already danced with Ellie once.
Oh,
Yes, not
okay.
once. We danced quite a few
So many
times.
Yeah, we
times.
did so
We
many
had a dance
times. So
group.
yeah.
I also think because our university has a lot of foreigners, they're
Definitely.
into showing cultures and they want to let the Koreans and other people from other countries know a
Yes.
little bit about every culture. So yeah, we danced a lot. Like so many of the school's programs, or you have the school VVIPs, we used to perform
Yeah.
cultural stuff and sometimes sing also. It
Yeah.
was really good. Yeah. And I danced with Ellie too. I tried a new genre of dance. I was
Yeah,
doing
she's a
hip hop
great
with
dancer, by
Ellie.
the way, for
She's a great
people who
dancer,
don't
guys.
know. She's a great dancer.
Yes, and I think it's just not even saying in words, it was just through us dancing together, even though we didn't particularly know each other so well. I think
Yes.
through dancing together, we got to appreciate each other and we got to love each other's culture and we got to learn about each other's culture and say, hey, oh my gosh, my sister's type of dance or this person's type of dance is great. And it brings a new it brings a new paradigm in the way that you relate with others and the way that you relate with other cultures and other countries and the level of respect that you get for other countries. And
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
just a new world
very
of
true.
Yeah.
peace.
That's really inspiring. Thank you so much. I have one last question for you guys. Would it be
Sure.
possible
Okay.
to send us I don't know, a video of your performance? I would really love to see. And if Ellie is in there, that's even better.
Oh
I
my
don't know if you guys recorded
God.
back then what you guys did. That
Yee.
would be really
I,
nice to
I think
see.
with Ellie, we mostly had dance classes ourselves,
Yeah,
but I don't
because
think we ever
yeah,
performed.
Okay.
Yeah,
perform,
but with
yeah.
Shinju, we did so many performances. And of course, I'm gonna send them so you can see.
Please, yes,
Thank you so
please. Please
much.
send them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
Thank
really
you for
want to
having
continue
us.
talking. I really want to continue this, but we are in our 1 hour
Nah,
time
it's
limit.
okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, and
fine.
someone's saying we want you to dance now.
That's Tina, yo.
If I could, I would just do one live stream with just us
We all
dancing,
moving.
us four dancing.
Hey, 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 hey,
Me too.
hey, hey.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you
Okay,
so
thank
much
Thank
for
you.
you.
participating.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was so nice. Really
Yeah.
exciting live streaming. I really loved it. We had so many guests tonight. For those who weren't there at the beginning, we had, first of all, David Eaton, who's a composer and producer and also conductor. And then we had another person, Chanic, for music as well. We had Julia for dance, and also Cherylie for visual art.
Visual arts.
Yes. So thank you so much to all our guests. Also, Nana and Shinju, who just left us right now for the cultural performance category. And I think it was really inspiring. I feel really inspired and also hope that art and culture can bring about peace. I think it's really,
Yeah, we can continue
it's
to use
really,
it, right?
it's really a means to unite people. And yes, I hope that young people can also feel inspired to use that as a means for peace. So
Yes.
thank you so much to all of you for supporting our live streaming. That was our 4th episode of What's Your Cup of Tea series, and we really hope to see you again very soon. Thank you so much also, Ellie. It's so nice always doing the live streaming with you.
Thank you too, Melanie. And stay safe, everyone. See you
Yes.
next time for our next live stream episode. Bye-bye.
And oh, sorry, just one thing. If you want to,
Oh, yes.
like, if you have any suggestion about a topic, or if you want to come and be our guest speaker, feel free to DM us and let us know. It would be really great to have you on next time.
Yes. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you.